My name is Emily Blancha, and I will be examining flu epidemics in public schools using the SIR model. The average size of a public school in the U.S. is about 500 students, and with flu season aligning perfectly with back-to-school season, many students are bound to become sick. My question is how many of these students should receive a flu vaccine in order to prevent an epidemic in their school? And I will implement the SIR model in an attempt to answer this question. The SIR model consists of three main components: susceptibles, infected, and recovered/removed. Susceptibles are those students that are able to become infected. Infecteds are students with a confirmed case of the flu, and recovered/removed are students that were either sick and recovered or were vaccinated and unable to become sick in the first place. There are also two important rates, beta and gamma. Beta is the rate at which an infected student infects susceptible student, while gamma is the recovery rate. We will be examining a model that I have created myself. I have taken a school of 500 students where 20% of them become sick. 58% of these students were previously vaccinated and therefore immediately part of the removed population and unable to become ill. But where do these numbers come from? Well, the CDC reports that 58% of school-age children receive the flu vaccine and still 5 to 20% become infected. I have assumed the highest possible percentage of infected students. I have created a Python code to implement the SIR model and find a best fit for the data. The rates beta and gamma were a result of trial and error while finding the best fit. The deriv function directly corresponds to the differential equations of the SIR model, where x0 is the initial susceptibles and x1 is the initial infected population. The x-initial array directly corresponds to the initial susceptible, infected, and recovered populations. The 290 initial recovered students comes from the 58% of vaccinated students. As you can see, this graph is a pretty good fit for the previous one. We already know that an initial population of 42% of the total student body being unvaccinated is not enough to prevent the spread of this epidemic. To find the correct value S0, we look to the figure R0. If it's greater than 1, then the epidemic will spread. Plugging in the numbers, we see for this model that an initial susceptible population of 40 students is the max amount we can have to prevent the epidemic, much lower than the 210 from the data. From this data, we see that at least 92% of the student body would need to be vaccinated, much lower than the reported 58%. There are several limitations to my model, however. First, the rates beta and gamma were derived from data that I created myself and are therefore not a completely accurate representation of the rates in the real world. Second, the model assumes that all students who are sick remain at school and are able to infect others, not accounting for children that stay at home when they're sick. Lastly, with no access to real data from real students in real schools, the model depends solely on my ability to create a somewhat accurate representation of the world. If given the opportunity, I would like to accrue real data to explore this topic further. Thank you for watching.